Hello and welcome back to another episode of Fun and Frolics in the Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how I make Helena curry puffs. Now for those of you who don't know where Helena is, it's a small island right in the middle of the South Atlantic, midway between Africa and South America, or more specifically Namibia in Africa and Brazil in South America. It's also south of Ascension Island, but quite a long way north of Tristan da Cunha. So it's a little dot right in the middle of a big ocean. Now my mum came from St. Helena, and when I was a child she used to make curry puffs and I used to absolutely love them. So today I'm going to show you how I make St. Helena curry puffs. Right, we'll make a start on the parsley. I use flat leaf parsley, but you can use the ones with the curly leaves as well. First of all, I just break all the leaves off. I don't generally chop up the stalks. And start chopping. Chop them up quite finely. And that's a list of ingredients. It's fairly simple. Everything you can buy in the supermarket. Put your chopped parsley on a plate and then put it to one side. Next we'll make a start on the onions. You need 2 onions, about medium size. First of all I cut them in half, like so. And then I'll just slice them sort of half, not all the way across, but all the way down. I'll make a number of slices or cuts into the onion. This way it just makes them easier to chop up. And then just slice them like that, but not all the way through. Watch your fingers. And then just start cutting like that, and you end up with partially chopped onion. Stick it all in a bowl and put the bowl to one side. Next is the corned beef. Basically you want a full tin of corned beef. I think these are the 300 and something gram tins. These are always fun to open. I think that way of opening a tin has been around for a very long time with corned beef. Certainly since I was a lot younger, I remember my mum opening tins like that with a little key. Right, put your corned beef in a bowl, and now you want to start mincing it all up. Just cut it in with a spoon first, and then just use a fork to finally mince it up. a lot easier in the summer because the tins haven't been sat in a freezing larder, so the meat's a lot softer. Right, now put a medium-sized saucepan on your hob. Put a bit of cooking fat in there. I use cooking. And then just turn it on. Looks like someone's wiped the top of the cooker over with an oily rag. I'll bring it up to temperature and start frying the onion. Basically you want to fry the onion until it's soft and sort of translucent. Right, the onions are now sort of at the state you want them to be, so add some curry powder. Normally add 3 tablespoons of curry powder in. I'm using a teaspoon here because that's the only thing that will fit inside the container. So I'll probably do about 4, 5, whatever the equivalent is to 3 tablespoons. This is medium hot curry powder, or medium curry powder. Stir it all in. Now you add your corned beef. Stir all that in. Pesky flies again. That's your filling pretty much done. So this is the filling that will actually go into the little pastry packets. Centilenians call them curry puffs. Right, once it's cooled a bit, just put it in a bowl, and then you want to add your parsley in with that and mix it all in. Bing bang boom. And goes the parsley. And just mix it well so that it's evenly distributed throughout the filling. Okay, once that's done, then it's clear the decks time. So here's the baking tins. I've put baking paper on top of them. I just use the clothes pegs to hold the paper in place, otherwise it will curl up on itself. And out comes my mat. This is what I use for working pastry on, and also making bread. It's very handy. Now this cutter, this little round cutter, is actually made from an old licorice all sorts jar. Basically I just cut the lid off, and that's what you see, the top part of the jar itself. It's very useful for cutting round shapes in pastry. So I'm just going to whisk an egg up. Basically this is just for sealing the edges. Give it a good old stir, mix it all in. Put it one side. Now just put some flour on top of your mat, or whatever, or your preparation surface. It's just to stop things sticking. Now get out your packet of pastry, which is always difficult to open. And you just want to quarter it. I find that's the easiest way to work it. I generally tend to just sort of roll it into a ball and then get roughly a round shape. That's not very round, but it doesn't matter because you're going to use a cutter to cut pieces out of it. Key here is just to keep an even thickness of the pastry, so that all your round pieces which you cut out are all the same thickness. Just start cutting out your little circles. And put them to one side. Pastry you got left over, just roll it back into a ball and then flatten it again with the rolling pin. Just mix it all in. Right, get one of your discs and just roll it out a little bit more, just to make it slightly thinner. Now you want to add your filling. Just put a bit of egg around the edges, about halfway around the circle. This just seals it. Then fold the top over and press it down. It's like making miniature pasties, really. And a bit more egg, and just turn the edges over. And you want to pop some holes in just to let the steam out when it's in the oven. Right, you'll find that you'll run out of filling before you actually run out of pastry. But I think there's plenty of curry puffs to snack on. You don't want to make too many. Well, it depends how many people you've got round. So this will be the last one. And there they all are, ready to go in the oven. The oven's preheated, set to 190 degrees, and you want to put them in for about 20 minutes. Set your timer. And that's it, they're all done. That's them in all their glory. Looks like a few of them have sort of burst open a bit. Never mind. I'm sure they'll taste fine anyway. So I'll just cut one in half just to show you how they look on the inside. They're very tasty. I say that about all my food. It's funny how the Centolinians can make the nicest food out of the simplest ingredients. I think that comes from living on an island where they don't have too much available to them.
Very
very tasty. That's it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It was fun to do, and I'll be back next week with another episode. I haven't quite decided what I'm actually going to make next week, but if you subscribe, then as soon as a new video comes up, then you'll be notified. So if you like this particular video, then please hit the like button. That would be very much appreciated. And I will see you next week, hopefully. Bye for now.